Hello. So I'm back home after my week of solitude, which was really wonderful. Back in my yard. Let's see if I can I not switch it around after I've started? I guess not. I can just show you how beautiful it is here. Hopefully you didn't just see sky. I wanted to talk about something that I was doing last night. One of my kids has a fear. He has a specific fear that sometimes keeps him from falling asleep and sometimes gives him nightmares. And his fear is spiders. And used to be, we were growing up and our parents tried, and it was like, think about something else, or you don't have to be afraid of spiders, which of course, if you're afraid of spiders, right? It's like that. Oh, just don't be afraid. Thanks. Super easy. I'll just do that. They don't ever tell us how to not be afraid because they didn't know either. And we didn't know. And so I propose this in this new time, this new energy, this new world. And this is what I've started to do with him and with my other kids if they're afraid of something. Is I told him, and of course I've heard this from many sources, if there is a certain animal that scares you, and I mean, like, if somebody said what's the scariest animal to you, and an animal immediately pops in your head, that animal is most probably a very strong guide for you in this life. And so I told him, I said, because it's kind of gotten amplified lately, and of course that makes sense with all the heightened energy, and his guides are trying to come to him, trying to communicate with him, and he knows about all of this stuff. But of course he's been afraid for so long, and I didn't know any better until now. But so last night we were working on, I said, okay, close your eyes and you're going to connect with the spider energy. And of course he was like, no, I don't want to. I'm like, it's okay, I'm right here. He can't hurt you. It's not a real spider, it's just the energy of it. And so he did it, and I said, now you're going to say, thank you for trying to communicate with me, but I'm a little afraid still, and I need a little more time. And he asked him to back off, basically. And 10 minutes later, he was asleep. And so we're going to keep working on that because I really do believe that a spider is a very strong guide for him. Probably his power guide even. Yep, hold on, bud. He found me. Dang it. I thought I was hiding. And so I think it's one of his strongest guides, and it's been trying to communicate with him for a long time, and it's coming even stronger now because, of course, the veil is thinning, and we're not going to be able to keep them away, unless we really want to cling to 3D. Go for it. I'm not doing that. I'm moving on, and my kids are too. And so that seemed to work a lot better than, of course, the shushing. As you know, I think I've said before, I do not condone shushing. In just about every situation, I do not condone it. I don't shush them when they cry. I don't shush them when they're acting up. I just don't. They have to express themselves however these things come. Now, of course, in a library, I'm a rule follower still, so relatively, so we'll go outside or whatever, but yeah, the shushing, and but we used to, oh, it's okay, there's nothing to be afraid of, there are no spiders, don't be afraid of spiders. And that he just kept having the dreams and kept being afraid, to the point where we would have to strip his whole bed to show him that there were no spiders in his bedding, and then he could climb in bed and go to sleep. And I don't want to do that anymore. So we are connecting with the spider energy, and he's going to eventually be able to see that energy in his mind's eye when he's climbing in bed, or whenever, anytime. And he's going to be able to smile and say, cool, do you have a message for me, or thank you for being here and make me feel safe. So that's what the spider energy is going to do for him. And so that's what this page is for sharing, how to deal with all this stuff, that we're going through personally, and helping our kids through it too without going totally insane. So hold on. I'll be in a minute. So that's distraction. I guess that means I'm done. Cool. Okay, I'll be there in a minute.
Mommy, can I have chocolate milk?
Just a minute, bud. So I guess that's all I have. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody. If your child is having dreams or fears of a certain specific thing, then that thing is, and of course spiders are very spiritual. Spiders, snakes, all these creepy crawly things that we've been, trained to fear. They're very spiritual animals, and if you want to go deeper in the rabbit hole, I do believe that that was a orchestrated thing, a planned thing where we were taught to fear them because they are so spiritual, and anything that would directly connect us to our infinite knowledge, they didn't want that. So the powers that used to be, the negative powers that be, so they took it all away from us and told us to be afraid of all of it. So that time is over. So it's time to connect with these creatures, energetically. I'm not saying go out and sit in a nest of tarantulas, but energetically, they're trying to communicate with us. So let them come through and let them guide us. And that's what I'm going to teach my kids. So we're getting there. Love you. Bye.